In 2012, South Korea and the U.S. implemented the KORUS FTA after contentious negotiations. Korean farmers protested, fearing cheap U.S. beef and rice would harm them. American auto workers worried about increased Korean car imports. Both sides made significant concessions. Within a decade, bilateral trade rose over 30%. Korean auto exports to the U.S. increased, while American agricultural exports to Korea also grew. Though some Korean farmers and American manufacturers faced challenges, the overall economic outcome was positive. International trade agreements bring significant gains, but also real losses. Understanding their purpose and impact is essential for international business. Trade agreements rest on comparative advantage. Countries specialize in efficient production and trade for others. However, governments often protect domestic industries through tariffs and quotas, reducing trade efficiency. Trade agreements mitigate this by committing countries to reduce barriers and access larger markets. Trade agreements exist in various forms. Bilateral agreements, like KORUS FTA, involve two nations. Regional agreements cover multiple nations in geographic areas, such as NAFTA, the EU, and ASEAN. Multilateral agreements, like those under the WTO, set global rules. The Doha Development Round, launched in 2001, has stalled, reflecting discord between developed and developing nations. Stalled negotiations have led to more bilateral and regional deals. By 2024, over 580 regional trade agreements were in force. This reflects a pragmatic approach. Without global consensus, nations build trade piece by piece. Yet, it presents complexity for exporters navigating various schedules and standards, creating burdens for smaller firms. Trade agreements extend beyond tariffs. Modern deep integration agreements encompass investment protection, intellectual property, labor standards, and digital trade. Signing a trade deal is not purely economic. It involves political and social implications, impacting national sovereignty and economic opportunity distribution. Discussion questions. 1. KORUS FTA brought overall economic gains but negatively impacted specific groups. What does this reveal about trade agreements' challenges? Whose interests should take priority? 2. WTO's Doha round stalling has increased bilateral and regional agreements. What are the pros and cons of this shift to regional deals? 3. If negotiating for a small economy like Mongolia, would you prefer large regional agreements or target bilateral deals? What factors would influence your strategy? 4. How aware are citizens of trade agreements signed by your government? Do these agreements prompt public debate, or are they mostly ignored? What does this suggest about democratic accountability in trade policy?